When I walk down the halls here at National Defense University, or when I'm walking through the Pentagon or in the White House, I often get asked, as a professor of information warfare, do you teach fake news? Do you teach disinformation? And while those are important tactical manifestations of an influence strategy, they're not strategic in nature. And we have to be thinking strategically. We have to understand that disinformation and fake news, which are as old as mankind, they have existed, they will always exist. We have to understand it. We have to be able to, if you will, defend against it the best way, which is teaching us to be better critical thinkers and critical readers, to think independently, to think creatively, to think what I like to call insurgently. But beyond that, we have to think in terms of grand strategy. Influence being a grand strategy, of which propaganda is an operational materialization, of which only two materializations of propaganda is disinformation or fake news, I should say, and fake news. There are a number of other tactics and operational designs that can implement a strategic influence campaign. I also get asked, this is something new, fake news or disinformation. Of course it's not. But moreover, influence warfare is nothing new. In fact, it is arguably the foundation of civilization. It is tribal elders, clan elders in East Africa, convincing people to follow them and not to follow other people. And we still see this type of influence warfare today. So influence warfare predates armies, it predates states, it predates military art, it predates the idea of a nation state or a strategy. By millennia. So we have to think in terms of strategic influence, and not only because this is what Beijing and the Kremlin and Tehran, for example, and Pyongyang are thinking in terms of how can we strategically influence populations to change their beliefs and to change their behaviors, as opposed to us being focused on the trees instead of the forest. But in addition, we have to have the ability to collapse efforts that are trying to undermine our national interests. But also we have to be able to move to not to just to check, but to checkmate in our influence strategies in order to, again, further our national interests and protect national security.